Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance, where today I'm gonna do a run with Cain to probably Delirium again. It's gonna be one of them Delirium type of days slash weeks, I suppose, where we're just going to Delirium all week long and getting a whole bunch of soul hearts in the first curse room we enter. Because that makes our lives a little bit easier. With this character, of course, we have the added benefit that we can eat every pill that we can find and probably never really have a bad effect with it unless it is a... well, something like that, I guess, could ruin your day a little bit. Or alternatively, you could get the bad PhD and therefore only get really stat downs. But because we have that lucky foot, we're only going to get stat ups or neutral pills. And that is wonderful. There is some nasty rooms in this burning basement already. 2 champions. When we haven't even really had an item to increase the quality of our build yet beyond sticky bombs. But you know what? We're making our way through. I'm hoping that this build is even capable of going to Hush. Otherwise there simply isn't much other options that we have because we have already done everything else as this character. So... yeah, gonna hope for the best here. Might occasionally be able to blow some stuff up with the extra bombs that we got, and also trying to get some extra secret rooms that way while we're at it, which is lovely. 2 buttons, always good times, of course. Could have probably blown up that shopkeeper with that troll bomb had I considered it in time. But unfortunately, just wasn't speedy enough on that one. We can once again go for devil deals as we don't need particular angel room items or anything. We don't need to go for keys. It is simply a rush to Hush and hopefully onwards to Delirium. And so far things are going okay. We have 3 bombs left. Ragman is there. We can probably... the bomb got stuck on the spider unfortunately, but we can... hit him with a second one there and speed this fight up a little bit. There is probably a black heart that's about to run out. Although I might have picked up the soul heart first, or the black heart first and then the soul heart afterwards in that curse room. And then, if that's the case, we just lost our 1 soul heart just now, which is a little unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Let's take that. Balls of steel. Well, we have enough health right now, and I'm just going to go for this route for a little bit. Hopefully get some more items that way. And plus, we never really go for this route. Well, that's a lie. I go for this at random is more the thing, so I should probably just go for this route a little bit more often so I get some more practice with it. Didn't expect to see those enemies in particular so quickly. Unfortunately, got confused by that small gap over there, which I didn't see, so that was a bit of a shame, but so far it's still working out. Not sure, I'm still never really sure if this route is particularly quicker or slower than the regular route or not. But it is a fun one to experiment with every now and then. If it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out, and that'll be the end of that, I suppose. I'm just going to bomb that one because it was being a little messy. Now there's 2 of them because it was a green champion, of course. So really, I'm making some choices during this run, which are not making the Hush part more likely to happen here. But I'm hoping that I can get away with it at the end of the day. I don't love this enemy. I don't love this enemy so early in the run, I'm realizing, because it is costing a lot of time. And time is not something we have in spades right now, so I'm a little concerned. But perhaps we can just quickly move on to the regular route after we're done with these floors here. And then perhaps there is little to worry about. Maybe the extra items we can get are so strong that everything is going to be right in the world when we get them. And maybe this curse room has everything I could possibly need. We are a little bit low on consumables, unfortunately. We are just continuously finding these enemies as well, which is really a waste of time. So, so much. I am now at least learning what to do next time I want to go for Hush with a character, which is just to avoid this place, because quite frankly, this is a nightmare. It is taking so long to clear all this. We've already used up a lot of our bombs to try and speed up the process a little bit as well. So unfortunately, as such, my bomb count is particularly low, but hopefully we can make it work. That is a tiny mushroom and a question mark. The tiny mushroom isn't bad, but it's not adding that much to my build, unfortunately. So I'm gonna risk it. Dead Sea Scrolls, that's not amazing. deck of cards. The Dead Sea Scrolls are just going to activate a random active item effect, and I'm not sure how terrible some of them are. But I'm hoping that they're not too terrible most of the time is going to be the strat. Every time I use this item, there is at least one person looking a little bit irritated in my direction, usually, so my apologies in advance, but I do at least want to try every now and then to see if I can make this item work out at the end of the day. And as such, that's exactly what we're going to do. The entire room is now filled with gas, so really any bomb would be a bit of an issue, as I can't really deal with that very well. But as long as we can just avoid to be in the large array of explosions, if we can just keep it on one horizontal line, and that's also not the end of the world. But that is getting a little tricky. I'm surprised that was our first hit, if I'm honest, because it's been a lot. It's been a lot, this fight. Ay, ay, ay. It is not being a nice friend. It's doing that thing again where I can't hit the boss for a while, and that is so frustrating, actually. Because it is genuinely quite irritating to just wait there and hope that you can actually do something to the boss. But fair enough, we're making it through. Honestly, so far this boss is going alright. Given the fact that I just haven't fought this boss that frequently, I'm okay with how that went, all in all. That's a health up. That is... Cambion Conception is tempting. Maw of the Void is almost certainly not going to happen, but this could lead to some interesting stuff. So I'm actually going to take that. Take the Soul Heart and go down to hopefully a downpour floor. Nope. It is once again the dross, so we have even more chance of fighting more of those fly enemies that take a year to kill. So that's somewhat unfortunate. Let's just kill these enemies and have them just spin around at a distance, because then I don't have to deal with it as much. And also I just realized that I forgot to actually go for the thing there, the curse room on the previous floor, but that's fine at the end of the day. Hopefully there wasn't anything particularly amazing in there. But I will say that if I have to fight Delirium with a build like this, then I am a little bit concerned. I'm hoping to find some Temperance machines so we can do some stuff with that Cambion, so hopefully we can find something like that. I could also use the Sun card somewhere, but I'm kind of more interested in using that to heal back up again after using a Temperance machine, so we can increase our follower count a little bit. There is a decent chance of there being an arcade room here because we have at least 5 coins when we entered the floor. Crystal Ball, that's not bad. That's actually a pretty good item to use there, so because that gives us decent mapping, it gives us a soul heart, it gives us a better idea of the floor itself. All in all, pretty damn good. Pretty lucky. Hoping that I can... yeah, there's not an arcade room on this floor. That's actually pretty unfortunate. There is a boss challenge room there, but I don't know if I have the time for it if I'm trying to go for Hush. Hush, of course, is a little bit easier to reach than Boss Rush in my opinion, but it is still a time-based element to it, so I do need to play somewhat quickly. The caves floors are probably going to go a little bit quicker than these floors have gone, honestly, but that's fair. Game Kid, not too terrible. Very nice. Anti-Gravity, which is a Tears Up. That could become really bad if I get... oh, okay, that might speed up things, actually. That's not immediately terrible. There is a... That's also not terrible, actually. If I can get the coupon, I'll actually take that. So what I'm going to do is just do that, accidentally buy that, and then use the machine a little bit more to get some more money and actually buy the thing that I wanted to buy. It's a little bit less scary to use than the... well, the thing that has a random item effects for some reason. It's just a little bit less terrifying in that regard. I could probably play this for some more soul hearts, but I don't mind just doing this and running away. But with Ipecac, our build does become a lot quicker, but also a little bit more volatile, obviously, due to the nature of Ipecac at the end of the day, but I don't mind it. Also makes it a lot more tempting to go for that boss challenge room, since bosses do die fairly quickly to Ipecac, and that is a health up, so I will actually take that. This boss dies pretty quickly to explosions, so not too concerned immediately, provided he stops jumping. There we go. That's one way to get that boss to stop jumping. And this boss also not particularly strong to explosions, so not a bad deal indeed. For 1 health up, I will happily take that, especially if we get a particularly good item in our devil deal or something like that, then we can make this work fairly well. I'm gonna blow up the mirror so I don't have the intention to ever go in there in this run and waste more of my own time. And with that, let us go towards the boss room. We can open these chests for free with our trinkets, so that's wonderful. 2 soul hearts and a bunch of tear right there. Pretty damn good, and also might as well enter that curse room since we've gotten so much health on this floor. Dead cat. Oh my god, that's actually really good. Because if we can get the guppy transformation with this, then that's really solid. It's a shame about our health, but I'm actually going to take that. I really am hard pressed to say no to that. So yeah, we're just going to make that work. Could blow up those buckets for some extra money and things, but I'm just going to call it there and run. If we get a devil deal now, we can take one of the items for free with our coupon. It's going to be random which one is chosen, but I'd argue that that's probably still worthwhile. I'm a little disappointed now that I went for the boss challenge room due to the fact that we immediately lost that health to the dead cat, but you know what, fair enough. Growth hormones, not too terrible. It increases our speed, which I don't mind. I wouldn't mind some more range ups as well, because that's one thing we are very clearly lacking. I'm going into every curse room right now as well, just so we get some more followers. Although simultaneously, if we get Incubus right now with Ipecac, it does become rather spooky. Please just drop lard and let me be on my way. Very good. Exactly what I wanted. That didn't poison him. Interesting. I was kind of hoping that it would, but unfortunately it didn't. Not a secret room near here. We can very easily check for secret rooms right now, which is wonderful, since we just have, oh, so many explosions available to play with. And that is a secret room. Unfortunately, we don't have flight. Otherwise, I'd be a very, very happy person right now. We can blow up all these shopkeepers at least, but if we can get a hangman card or any other way to fly around, that would be wonderful. Obviously very useful. I wouldn't mind checking out that boss challenge room either, actually. I'm not sure if there's another exit to this room right here. No, it's a 2-exit secret room. And that is another health up. I'm going to do it again, but this time knowing that I'm probably not going to get a dead cat, so that is kind of nice, I suppose. The trinket is not bad, especially when you're going for the beast, but right now I'd rather have the being able to open golden chest everything, because quite frankly our key count has been fairly bad. And we're not seemingly getting any keys in that regard, so I'd rather not. I am going to play this machine for a little bit to hopefully get some more stuff out of that as well. Just a few followers, perhaps a blood bag or something like that. Any of those things would be lovely. Not just gonna use the sun card just yet, I don't think. Although, I'm not. You know what? Actually, I am. Let's just go all out with this one donation machine and hope that we can get some good stuff out of it. If not, that's okay too. At least we got large quantities of money. We've taken a lot of damage there, so we should have some decent progress towards getting a follower, hoping for that one that just travels around in the corners and such, so we get those damage boosts. But we'll see what we can get at the end of the day. Concerned about Incubus, for sure. That's really the main thing. Like, if we get Incubus with Ipecac, then I feel like I'm just going to blow myself up a lot. But if we could just get Pyromaniac to go with our current build, then I would also be pretty happy. As that would be effectively invulnerability, and that would be a nice build for sure. That's the virus. That's another syringe, so we're getting closer to that spun transformation, which is wonderful. Now let's just go check in here. There is a car battery. And a present. What we're gonna do is just buy all of these. Emperor card, don't hate that. I am just gonna play this machine for a little bit longer. Time-wise, we are still fine just because we can clear things really quickly. With the Emperor card especially, we can just skip an entire floor, so I'm definitely not too concerned. And I want that one pretty bad. We can probably charge up our coupon before it becomes a problem. Before our devil deal, that's really the main thing. I'm hoping we can, because it is nice to have a coupon available for that. 90% Devil Deal chance are pretty damn good odds as well. I've played enough with these things. That's 2 more hearts. I could play with that. We have an Abaddon baby right now, which isn't really that helpful. I think I'm done playing with the Temperance machine though, because I'm bored. So I'm just going to leave that alone for now. But if we can get any flight in our Devil Deal, then that is just going to be taken immediately. So I can take that secret room item. Because that would be wonderful. I'm drowsy, not terrible to have in your pill pool for sure. And that is a fully charged up thing right there. Yeah, it's pretty tricky to use Abaddon Baby with Ipecac because you just have to hold those Ipecac tears, which isn't always terrible. But it's not ideal because of the danger. And once we get any kind of bomb immunity, then obviously it's amazing, but as it stands, it's not great. That's not the kind of Devil Deal I was hoping for. That's really unfortunate. So what we're gonna do is we're going to use our coupon here. Take that. And quickly run to the secret room to use it there. Hoping for the best here. God. Yeah, I should probably keep that actually. Not so much for the standard use. Although my pill pool, as good as it is, I don't want to deal with it right now. Just because I haven't seen Gulp either. That's really the main thing. If I'd seen Gulp, 100% I would have taken it. But just because we haven't seen Gulp yet, I feel like it's just not worth the effort. Plus, I'm trying to go fast for the whole thing, so I'm not gonna explore everything as deep as I was. I don't have a pill right now to use this with either. I found a secret room immediately, so that's nice. But right now, while we're playing against the clock, I'd rather just run for it and hope for the best with this coupon instead. That is another big room. This coupon will be charged for the next Devil Deal shop or whatever, at least, so that's nice. That one's probably dead, yeah. It was a tiny one, but one that was strong enough to hit us a little bit, so never underestimate the enemy at the end of the day. Hermit card, I don't hate that. It does make it a bit easier to find my way around here. That's a super secret room with a bunch of red hearts. Where is this gonna take me? The shop, I guess that makes sense, but where exactly? I mean, if I'd known Pillback was gonna be there, then yes, obviously that would have been good. Then I would have stick with the placebo, but as it stands, I didn't know that. There's a strength card. Do I want strength over Emperor? Probably not, I would say. Simultaneously, I'm not that concerned about reaching the place in time. Just because of Ipecac, but I do like the added safety net of the Emperor, just making 100% sure that if you get like a Curse of the Lost or something, you can just skip that floor and run onwards to the next one. So I guess we'll just stick with this. Let's just blow this one up regularly because Ipecac is a little fiddly to use in a room like this for sure. Gonna blow up these skulls in case there is something useful in there. Crawl space is pretty useful on a nice day. What do we got? Black Market. What floor is this? Depths 1. There's the Hangman that I wanted on the previous floor. Alright, so that's an IM error room. So I'll take that in a minute. I'll use this as well. For a little bit of extra safety. Baby Bender. I'm gonna have a bunch of babies, but I don't think any of them are currently really benefiting from homing due to the fact that they are not shooting ever. So there is that to consider as well, I suppose. I am seeing a lot of dead ends on this floor. Kind of amazing, but not quite what I'm looking for. Again, I could just bomb through the doors and not worry about killing enemies so much. It would give me less consumables, but it would guarantee me a quicker time through these floors. But I'm not too concerned. Just because, again, we have that Emperor's safety right there. Not sure where my super secret room is, actually. Also not sure if I destroyed a shopkeeper on this floor or not, but yeah, it's probably fine. But look at how quickly these bosses are dying to Ipecac. I'm hoping that Delirium feels the same way. We did not get a devil deal there, which is unfortunate. Really not getting the use out of this coupon that I had hoped for, but what are you gonna do? Where was that crawl space? It was down in the item room. So that will at least give me an IM error room, and that could be good. Okay, that's incredibly tempting. Oh my god. That is a level of safety that the coupon may not be able to give. Because that gives me just another shot at Delirium right there. Yeah, I kind of have to take that, don't I? That's a shame. I like the coupon, but it was nothing was happening. That was the thing. It was just not giving me anything with the coupon, because every time I entered a devil deal, it would just be terrible, and every time a shop was there, it was also terrible. So, what are you gonna do? But oh well. Dice room number 3. That's gonna re-roll consumables on the floor. I ran into it immediately because I saw a chest. I don't really care. I'm not gonna run back to this room right here. But yeah, glowing hourglass just lets me go back one room, and that can make you forget about your mistakes and such, and that is obviously really, really nice. If we have a particularly bad Delirium fight, I can just say it didn't happen. Flat Fall is going to remove all spiky rocks and things, so that is going to make life a lot safer. We can enter curse rooms for free because the spikes are gone on those as well. Unfortunately, I have to spend keys on opening chests now, but that's really a sacrifice that I am willing to make, if I'm honest. So that is fine. Do need to hit with my shot on occasion, I suppose. And also secret rooms. I was going to say, secret rooms are also a good way to get curse rooms for free, but then the secret room wasn't there. This room is also a little bit easier when there's no spikes. The rocks don't even bother. The rocks are not interested anymore. They think it's fair enough. I can appreciate that. Let's just say I've never entered this room because it's terrible. That's also a nice thing that you can say with the glowing hourglass. It just never happened. It just never happened what you were trying to do there, and I can appreciate that. Probably could have stolen from the boss rush. Might still be able to if I really tried, but I don't care. I'm not that interested right now. Right now I'm just having a good time with Ipecac, and I don't want to be bothered about things. Leech, not immediately terrible. Glowing hourglass is also just a good way to go for planetariums as well, because you can just go into an item room, and if it's terrible you can just leave it and pretend it never happened. And that also does increase your planetarium chance, because you technically never actually entered the thing there, so definitely does have its uses. But let's go destroy Mom's foot. I'm not sure if I should go for negative or Polaroid. I do like Polaroid. It does have that level of safety that I do enjoy oh so much. But I would have to get a devil deal with an item in it, like that, yeah. Yeah, I guess if I can take both of these. Yeah, in that case it's Polaroid for sure. Yeah. Because with that level of safety, I just feel a lot happier. I feel like our damage is probably good enough, as it currently is, so I can appreciate that. Let's just carefully destroy that next sim. Very nice. I could have also just used the hairball, I guess, but I frequently forget I have the hairball the moment I take it. That's a second guppy piece, by the way. So if we're really lucky, we can get one more guppy piece in one of these womb floors. I'd be lucky if we could get like a dead cat in a red chest, or not a dead cat, but a guppy's head in a red chest. Then we are pretty much good to go, because Ipecac flies deals so much damage, and it makes me feel happy. So I'm hoping that we are gonna have some good luck there. If not, though, that's okay too. These rocks also not quite as dangerous without spikes. They're just sort of roaming around. Okay, little bit of an awkward room here, but nothing to worry about. My range is pretty terrible right now as well, which I'm not loving. But perhaps we can make... We don't need it. Maybe we don't need it. Maybe we don't need range. Maybe this is one of those days where we can beat Delirium without range. We've done it probably once before. I mean, technically we did it as... with the sword a couple times, and you technically don't have range. It's just that you have such an absurd amount of damage with the sword that at that point it kind of nullifies the danger, I suppose. So there is that to consider. But so far so good. This is a room. If you just start from the door and hold down, then your angle is not going to be in trouble or troubling usually. And this time that was indeed the case. Kinda want to look for my secret room, just for the sake of increasing our devil deal chances by a little bit more. It's not that much, but every little bit does have a tendency of counting at the end of the day, so I would like to try, but I don't really want to spend too much time here. Didn't anticipate that being the secret room. I shot the wall by accident, but I'll take it, I suppose. Might as well. I regret my decisions. Actually, I can just leave. I could have gotten those 2 coins, or 3 coins, however many. And I decided not to. I decided to just leave. I don't like this boss very much. He has feetsies that are never very kind. Ran into a spider of all things. Of all things that could have hit me. It was a spider. Krampus. Not that cool. I mean, I'd be happy with not head. Yeah, that one. But not that. That would have been good. But at least from this point on, we have the choice of using that Emperor card. I once again wouldn't mind trying to find a secret room, because our devil deal chances have gone back to 33% because we just had a devil deal open, and we can increase that by just a little bit and hopefully just enough. I don't want to take that damage. You know what? I kind of want to just go. I kind of want to just use my Emperor card. I believe... Alright, I can enter the curse room because of my trinket, but otherwise I could have also used the glowing hourglass and to make the damage go away as well, which would be nice. Ended up getting a soul heart from that, so that is alright. Let's do one more tiny room. So if we have a particularly terrible mom's heart fight, we can use that glowing hourglass to just come back there. I feel like we're probably going to be okay here, but you never know. Occasionally I just have a bad day. So let's see what kind of day we're having here today. So far though, things are looking alright. The Guppy's hairball might block some tears here and there as well, which is pretty great. But we can also just avoid everything. Didn't get a double deal, unfortunately. But I will just run for it because, quite frankly, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. Our health is really good right now, and I kind of want to keep it that way. And with really good, I mean we're at full health, which is obviously pretty great. That is very nice. We are maxed out on tear rate, unfortunately. The shot speed did make our range a bit better, but this means that we can beat Hush and then just heal up again, so that's wonderful. Dad's key isn't... I'm concerned Bone Spurs is going to be a problem for me. I'm not sure if I can hit the Bone Spurs, if I'm honest, but if I can, then I think I'm just dead. And that doesn't sound great, so let's not experiment with that. Concussive Tears could be fun, though. That's Mama Mega. What's... Okay, I kind of missed not hitting the donation machine there. What card is that? Arrow Walk. I guess I could try it against Hush. I've tried against Delirium and I got miserable, but now I have Glowing Hourglass as well, so I have even more options to try with, I suppose. I had the idea that I'd use Mama Mega just for a little bit of starting damage at the fight, but then I'm gonna just blow up the donation machine again, and I don't really want to do that, so what we're gonna do is just leave that idea alone entirely. We're just gonna leave all of this alone. This is, don't worry about it. Arrow Walk. Let's see how well this works against this boss fight. Because this boss fight does have a lot less tears than Delirium usually, so it does get a bit less cramped And that is wonderful. Also, he doesn't have circling tears around him all the time. I mean, regular Hush kind of does, I suppose. And also this one is currently showcasing that they do. But, you know, very good start. At least I can heal up 4 soul hearts at the end of this as well. So as long as I just don't take that amount of damage, then we're probably fine. And honestly, provided I don't do that again, we're probably okay. I do feel like so far though, I don't hate this. I don't hate this as much as when I had that debacle with Delirium and the blue baby, I believe it was. That one time where Arrow Walk just made it very impossible to see what was going on, and also very impossible to actually get close enough to deal any damage. So I'd argue that this is probably working out a little bit better, just in terms of the attacks he's doing, but also I guess because my tiers are very visibly different from the ones that Hush is shooting right now. His are blue and mine are green. There isn't a whole bunch of confusing coming from my side, so really everything is pointing in the right way for me to have a good time here, and I can appreciate that. Hush is almost halfway done. I think we also needed to actually beat Hush with this character as well, so that's working out. Occasionally I am hitting myself with my own Ipecac explosions, unfortunately, and that's just, it's the way it is. I mean, I do have some difficulty occasionally telling where the hitbox is going to explode that day, because occasionally those explosions do feel like hitting a part of the hitbox that I can't quite see. Maybe I'm just hitting flies or something, which might be causing some weird hitbox troubles as well. I feel like these tiers might not even be that dangerous, because with the slowdown they might just drop before they reach any dangerous spot, but maybe it's just slow. Maybe the tiers are just slow now, actually. Because there was a time where you could slow these tiers down and they just would just stop really quickly and just hit the floor immediately, but maybe they changed that because it was, well, ridiculous really. It just made the fight really, really simple. Like there, I don't know what I hit. I was shooting to the right and then I exploded. And that is one of those things that fortunately I'm recording right now and I can look back at it later and realize what I actually hit. And there might have been just an enemy that spawned right next to me or something that ended up getting hit, and as such I exploded myself because of it. But it's hard to tell while you're playing why you suddenly explode at times, and it can be quite frustrating for sure. I suppose that's also just the Ipecac life in a way, because you end up just shooting so many explosions that it can be difficult to tell what is going on at times, but it would still be nice if the game was a little kinder at times. I'm also not sure if this position works vertically, and that concerns me a little for sure, to the point where I'm just sort of floundering right now, so hopefully we're safe here. I do think we are. Would appreciate if Hush would stop doing this nonsense right here. That is the 4th hit, so that is all I can heal with that pajamas, but I still think that if I take one more hit, I'll probably not restart the fight, because quite frankly, it's just not that interesting. I'm just kind of hoping I can get away with not having to restart this fight one more time, really. With Delirium, I'm definitely going to be a lot more tempted to restart fights just because it's the end of the run as well. Oh god, and that's just not slowed down at all. So that's also fun in terms of trying to keep a rhythm into things. Ah, yes. Go down at 1 health. Very nice. There we go. So that, I believe, is another unlock. I'm not sure what it is. D12. Good. Love those dice that aren't D6 or D20 or D infinity or D... Well, actually, I guess I do like a large quantity of dice, I'm starting to realize now. So, I'm in a bit of a predicament because I kind of want to take Mama Mega. Because of one important reason, and that is that the glowing hourglass is not very fun. So what I'm actually going to do is just hope that I have a build that's good enough against Delirium to beat him in one try. Because quite frankly, I don't want to go back and forth the entire time. So let's just make this a little bit more interesting on myself. We can more easily clear the floor like this, because most things are just going to be dead the moment I enter a room. And that does make the rest of my life significantly quicker. And I can appreciate that. It also just really shows off the power of Mama Mega, even in floors like this, which is more of a chest floor. I don't know where the second boss is, but I'm sure he's going to damage me the moment he pops up. Yep, very good. Kind of ran into it myself there, so you could say that that one's on me. However, I am still irritated by it. I am going to look for that last guppy piece, though. I will just have a little gander. I think there's a couple boss rooms here which cannot be Delirium as well, so that's lovely. Also, I thought there were still enemies there, so that's why I wandered around for a bit, but then realized that that probably wasn't necessary. Let's go check out these two boss rooms right here. The mushroom in the boss fight hit me, but we did get that damage up follower, so that is lovely. No, definitely 100% chance there's not Delirium here because of the room layout. So that's wonderful. Gimpy, that's even more safety right there, so that's nice. This could be Delirium, I think, depending on what's in this direction. But so far, decent items. Another part of the Leviathan transformation, which could give us some extra health in the long run as well. Shot speed up, sure. This room is a little easier without walls, I'd say. So it's nice that they got removed. There's another soul heart right there. 4 red chests in a room, I'll take those. A lot of pills. We still have that lucky foot, so I'm still not overly concerned about just using pills all over the place. Range up. Verp. Pheromones. Alright, take that as well. So far, not a bad floor. Not a bad floor at all. It has been very kind with the aid of large quantities of explosions. I'm still a little curious about I'm Drowsy and if it's functionally different against Delirium compared to Arrow Walk. But simultaneously, I don't know if this is the run where I want to try it. If I did not have Mama Mega, I'd definitely consider it a bit more. And instead went for the glowing hourglass route, because then I could experiment with it a little bit more. But as it stands, we are destroying worlds right now, and I can appreciate that. It just makes life a lot simpler. There's a couple boss rooms here that could definitely be Delirium. And that is okay. There's no spikes there, so that's good. I wouldn't mind finding my secret and super secret rooms as well, so perhaps we'll find some of those. Don't particularly need money anymore, unless we find money equals power in one of these boss rooms, I suppose. But that's really the only thing. God, our shot speed is wild. We can be pretty far away from things now, at least, so that is a nice thing for sure. Where? So many enemies ended up coming from that, but fair enough. Bunch of ghosts, died instantly. Red hearts doesn't help. Bob's curse doesn't really change my life in any meaningful way, unfortunately. If we had Dr. Fetus, it would be a different story, but unfortunately we do not. A lot of nothing. Let's just max out our money just for good measure. Just in case we find something good to use that money on. Whoop. I'll take that. Is there any particular direction I'd like to go in? I guess I'll just start going to the boss rooms because we are getting to the point that there's just not that much left to explore here. Outside of potential pickups and crawl spaces and such and the like. This could be pretty good. It could also be a rubber ball. You know, options are available. But overall, this is a preferred way to explore the Delirium experience for sure. Because it's just nice and quick. What do we got? We got the lamb. Not my favorite boss in a pickle, I suppose. But ultimately not the most difficult one. It's taken a minute to destroy this one, but yeah, we're making progress. Would like to destroy the head first, probably, because of stuff like this. Hoping that he's not going to run into me in the way that this boss often does. I'm a little bit concerned. I just don't want to lose health, really. There is some soul hearts left on this floor, but I just don't want to deal with it. Stapler, that's at least 1.37 of extra damage, so pretty good. Yeah, don't hate that. Pill is this? Luck up? Sure. 6 luck, jeez, alright. I have really high luck, apparently. I'll take it. I also deal 24 more damage when I'm standing in here, so that's kind of nice. It lives again, as the famous saying goes. But not a problem with large quantities of explosions still. It is still very, very effective. That is SKATOLE. Could be good against Delirium, maybe? If a fly enemy gets spawned during the fight, I guess. Could be okay. Don't know if that happens. But we're gonna learn. I could take another luck up, I guess. I don't even know if I have luck items. The build is very much Ipecac centered, and everything around that is kind of a blur to me at this stage. You might as well just explore these random rooms. There is still a couple of things that could theoretically be a magic mushroom. I'll pick it up excitedly and then be like, oh wait, my Polaroid, and then be sad. So obviously it's worth trying to at least look around for a little bit. But I think we are running out of places that can be Delirium. Well, we found a way to make sure that it's the last one though. Fair enough. It's all good. Alright. I mean, it's an active item. I don't know if it's gonna be helpful in any way, but I guess I might as well try. And there we go. Let's see if this is enough to— oh my He took so much damage from Omega. What even happened? How did that almost kill Delirium? Alright, yeah, you know what? Sure, this is a very good boss fight. It's very normal. It always works perfectly. We are dealing very little damage against Delirium, though. It is kind of unreal. But that took out almost all of Delirium's health in one go. Gimpy healing us up as well. I mean, it's very helpful because my damage is atrocious against Delirium right now, but still, that is— how can that even occur? I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna face tank him at this point. Might as well just speed it up as much as possible, but jeez. Is that what— I mean, maybe I should take my Omega into the Delirium floor more often, because quite frankly, that is the preferred way of fighting Delirium for sure. I just didn't quite expect it. The silver dollar has appeared in the basement. That is a bunch of stuff done as Cain. That just leaves Polaroid, the chest, I guess. Yeah, it's still one of those things I need to do with this character, but that's just going to be a very straightforward run, and I don't mind that. We're making decent progress with these characters, honestly. We got a lot of stuff done with a lot of characters. Lazarus is still lagging behind a bit, but Delirium is honestly done with so many characters at this point. Blue Baby, Eve, Samson, Lazarus, and Jacob and Esau. So 5 characters still need to do— well, 5 non-tainted characters, I suppose, that still need to do Delirium, but we're making decent progress with that, and I don't hate that. Especially happy that characters like the Lost as well are done with Delirium, because they're very unpredictable with fights like that last so long. But yeah, it's going alright. Either way, hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we're gonna do another run as a different character. And I hope to see y'all there. Bye bye.